Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're checking out how billionaires spent their first $1 billion. If you guys do enjoy this video here today, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn on that post notification bell. Other than that, let's see what weird investments that these billionaires have invested into.
The richest people in the world buy billion-dollar mansions.
That's true.
$100 million yachts and personal fighter jets. This is
that would be sick.
Spent their first billion. As soon as Elon Musk became a billionaire, he dropped millions on some of the craziest cars I've ever seen. Like he bought this submarine car, the first car ever made in history, a McLaren, and multiple Teslas. Of course, he needed a place to store his cars, so he bought an entire neighborhood for $80 million, which is full of crazy Beverly Hills mansions. Then he bought 5 private jets for about $300 million total, so he and his family could travel anywhere in luxury. And his kids cost him a bag too. Just one kid can rack up over $1 million per year, and they don't only get private jets.
Bro, homie,
they get private schooling too, which is $33,000 a year. So that means over 18 years, Elon is spending like $24 million on just one kid. But dude has 9 kids.
Bro,
so
homie has too much money.
Million. Still, that ain't nothing compared to when he bought Solar City. Even though the company was losing so much money it was about to die, Elon bought it up because the founders were his cousins. And that bailout wasn't cheap either, because it cost Elon $2.6 billion. At least Elon didn't piss anyone off with how he spent his first billion.
But I will say though, Elon Musk has some good intentions. At the end of the day, he's done a lot for charities and more. He does spend a lot of money, but hey bro, homie's got like $259 billion, so he can kind of just spend whatever he wants. Having that kind of money, you can kind of just do whatever you want.
But Zuck doesn't give a f. He's willing to force native Hawaiians to sell 1,400 acres of their land so he could build a $170 million mega mansion.
He has too much, well, he has too much money that he should not have.
He also owns a couple other houses in Lake
He needs to be humble.
and Palo Alto. But you might be surprised that Zuck doesn't own any private jets. He's rumored to own a $150 million yacht called Ulysses. That's so big, it literally carries another yacht on the front. Surprisingly, Zuck spent the rest of his first billion on charity, but he donated to his own foundation, so no one really knows how it's being used. Maybe fake donations?
You're telling me a homie donated to his own charity? That is crazy. Why is he donating to his own charity? Bro, a homie literally just pocketed that. He literally just did that for the press. Man, L Zuck.
But Sergey Brin, the co-founder of Google, wants to fight Elon himself, because Elon literally ruined his life. But before that happened, Sergey bought the most expensive burger in the world because he wanted to eat the first lab-grown burger. So 4 years
lab-grown?
of science and $300,000
You're turned into like a zombie or something. I wouldn't eat that.
And that must have fired him up, because after, he bought an entire fleet of yachts. His 3 most famous yachts.
That's wasteful
Firefly,
spending.
the smallest one, only worth $3 million. Butterfly, a medium-sized yacht worth about 15 mil. And Dragonfly, worth 80 million.
Bro.
It's big enough to have its own helicopter pad on it.
Just get one, bro. Why do you need all of those?
Because he invested 50 million into a flying car startup called Kitty Hawk. But it must not have worked very well, because eventually he shut down the company. Sergey was successful in creating the world's largest blimp though, after spending $100 million on it.
I didn't know blimps were still a thing.
$1 billion on someone that would ruin his life. Because at a Christmas party, Sergey's wife was feeling a little devious. She was looking good, and Elon Musk was peeping that ass. So we talked her up and smashed her behind Sergey's back. And when Sergey found out, he was pissed. Elon said he was sorry, but the damage was already done. Sergey wanted to divorce her, but still had to pay her $1 billion in a divorce settlement. Imagine getting cheated on and having to pay
That's
the bill.
crazy.
You realize Elon had that dog in him.
Man, bro, he spent his first $1 billion divorcing his wife. That is... Sorry, bro.
That's got nothing on Jeff Bezos' first billion, because right off the bat, he bought a diamond supercar, Ferrari, Bugatti, Lambo, everything.
Why would you buy a diamond?
I mean, his total car collection is worth 20 mil alone. But
he driving down the road losing 20,000 a mile. Well, 20,000 a mile, bro.
That, he splashed 150 mil.
Diamonds flying off left and right.
Jets. But not before he spent $463 million on mansions in Miami, Beverly Hills, Seattle, DC, and Hawaii.
Hey,
his biggest purchase has to be his
if your lifestyle can afford it, bro.
It's over 400 feet tall, making it the largest in
That's
the world.
pretty sick, though.
It's got a nightclub, pools, jacuzzis, and its own submarine.
It just looks like he's just trying to have fun. I get it, bro. I'd be kind of doing the same thing if he's got a reliable source of income coming through, all that. Hey, I get it, bro. That boat was pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, but I just think that's a lot of money.
Of Microsoft balled out way harder. Instead of spending billions on a divorce like most billionaires, he wanted to buy into his favorite sport. Steve loves Los Angeles and the NBA, so he decided to buy the LA Clippers for $2 billion. He regularly travels from his mansion in Seattle to Los Angeles on his private jet just to watch his team play. Still,
I mean, he bought an NBA team. That'd be pretty sick to say, like, I own an NBA team. Like, you know what I mean? That's pretty cool.
Mukesh Ambani has got to be the biggest baller I've ever seen, because he bought the
I've
most
never heard of
expensive
this guy.
house in the entire world. This
That's his
giant
house?
skyscraper has 27 floors, and the first 6 are just to hold over 150 of his supercars.
Bro, get
It's also
outta
got
here.
A snow room, a movie theater, hella swimming pools, and 3 floors
That is
of gardens.
insane.
I mean, this house is so big.
What would you do
They
if
need
you owned that
600
house?
servants just to maintain the place. So this entire high-rise
Over 100
cost him
servants.
$2 billion. At least Ambani's
billion.
using his wealth right.
Bro, that house is too big, but that is sick. At the end of the day, though, owning a top of a skyscraper, be like, you see that up there? That's my house. That'd be crazy.
Probably didn't know Bloomberg ran for president in 2019 and spent $1 billion
I don't even
on
know
ads,
who you are,
more
bro.
than the entire Democratic Party combined in only 3 months. And during his first
Who's
debate,
Bloomberg?
he got roasted so bad by everyone that he quit.
I'd like to talk about who we're
He
running
quit?
against. A billionaire who calls
That's probably
women
why I don't
fat
know him.
broads and horse-faced lesbians. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Mayor Bloomberg.
Our campaign today for the presidency ends.
Literally the biggest waste of money ever.
That guy spent $1 billion on ads. Within 3 months, it was gone. Yeesh, that would definitely hurt some feelings, I feel.
Take lessons from Donald Trump on how to spend a bill, because at least he had fun with it. Like buying a $30 million golden yacht. This thing has a pool surrounded
That
by
thing is
bulletproof
pretty
glass, saunas,
Bulletproof
video
glass
games,
on your
a
yacht.
helicopter pad, and an
We're like
entire
talking
hospital.
GTA
You could take one of
status
his
right
3
now.
helicopters to that yacht, which are $7 million each, because they're also covered in gold. When he
Hey,
was president,
Donald Trump,
he bought
he's a big baller.
completely bulletproof, bomb-proof, decked-out limo for $1.5 million and a $100 million private
Dang.
jet called the Trump Force One. It's 3 times the size of a normal private jet and has a completely gold interior with everything
He
you
has
need.
too much money.
He also owns 7 different mansions worth a combined total
He's
of
a good
118
businessman,
million,
though.
found in New York, New Jersey, Florida, California, Europe, and
I think his
Caribbean.
family, like in
To top
the
that
way
off, he bought a
beginning
$1.2
of
billion
the Trumps
casino
and all
has
that,
multiple
like his
restaurants,
dad was super
pools,
wealthy and
roller
all that. Like
coasters.
he comes
Now,
from a
Trump
very
may be
wealthy
rich, but
bloodline.
he-
Honestly, Donald Trump's probably got a lot of super cool things. Like that's just probably just like a little scratch that he lets people know of. But all these billionaires could have things stored away left and right all over around the world.
But he ain't Larry Ellison rich, because not
Larry
only did
Ellison.
Larry buy a $75 million private jet, he bought 2 military fighter jets.
That
I didn't
would
know
be
was legal.
sick.
One's an Italian fighter jet, and the other's a Soviet fighter jet.
I didn't even
Ready
know
to
that would be
defend
legal,
himself
though.
against anyone. And like most billionaires, he bought a yacht, but he dropped a bigger bag than most.
Can you even fly those anywhere?
$166 million. It's that expensive because it's
I
inspired
wonder.
by old Japanese samurai warriors, decked out with ancient artifacts. The ship is named after one of the most famous samurai warriors in history, Musashi,
That's pretty sick.
who had an undefeated record out of 61 sword duels. One of his craziest purchases, though, was when he bought the 6th biggest Hawaiian island for $600 million, which is the same island that a bunch of
$600
A-list celebrities rent out, like Tom Cruise, Will Smith, and Bill Gates. Oh, and by the way,
Jeez.
he spent $1 billion just on mansions, like in North Palm Beach,
How do
Porcupine
you do
Creek,
that?
and Woodside.
$1 billion in mansions, though, like, I'm not even gonna lie. I wouldn't even want all that headache. Like, I'm a pretty simple guy. Like, I would have one house, one car. If I wanted a boat, I'd get a boat. If I wanted a plane, I'd get a plane. But honestly, I live very simple. Like, having all those houses, I just don't want to keep track of them all.
Larry might still be behind Bill Gates when it comes to craziest purchases, though. Because not only did Gates spend $200 million
Gates
on a
is
machine
probably
that turns
crazy.
poop into water, He also owns 5 different private jets.
I wouldn't drink that water.
2 Bombardier
I don't even care.
Challengers for $27 million each, and 2 Gulfstream G650s for $78 million each.
That doesn't surprise me. He bought a lot of jets.
Mansions around the world. Bill's most expensive
I'm just saying, one jet would do.
Artificial stream with fish, a trampoline room, an indoor
that
pool,
would be
and
sick.
so much more.
A trampoline room
cost him $130 million. But what's even more insane is that he also spent that same amount.
Could you just imagine spending that?
Yeah. This book, written by Leonardo da Vinci, is the most expensive book in history. It's also believed that Bill owns his $650 million yacht. That is a whole lot.
He bought a book from Leonardo da Vinci. Where is Bill Gates getting all of his inventions from, bro? Is this a conspiracy now?
Less waterfall out the back. Not to mention Bill holds the record for owning the most farmland in the US, spending over $1 billion on 270,000
I did not know
acres,
that.
which is weird.
I could not see that.
Switched to meat made in the lab.
I didn't know Bill Gates had that much farmland. That's absolutely crazy. But honestly, Bill Gates has probably bought in a lot of weird things that we don't even know about.
Jim Walton, who's the son of the founder of Walmart, also bought a farm, except it's right outside of Los Angeles. It's the largest privately owned land in California, worth $700 million. But Jim's purchases don't stop at land. He's got a whole garage filled with rare vintage cars.
Dang.
Like this $15 million Shelby Cobra Daytona Coupe from 1964, which he ended
had
up
all the
crashing
classic
on the
Ferraris.
racetrack. Just a slight setback.
Why would you spend $700 million? Do you like farm that land? What do you do with that land? Is there any purpose for it? Like, I get the supercars, but like, are you doing anything with your land? Are you producing off of it? What are you doing with it?
But just wait till you see Jack Ma's $1.5 billion mansion though. Yeah.
Oh my
Jack Ma bought
gosh,
this
bro.
rundown piece of
He
shit
spent
for
$1.5 billion on that.
That's got to be the worst mansion I've ever seen. But he does seem pretty dumb.
And I'm not that fan of the Mars because I think it's easy to go to the Mars when you go on the top of the hills of the building. Just the one step you go to Mars, but you will never be able to come back.
Yeah,
So that's my.
I think he is just scientifically dumb, bro. What was that explanation? I mean, I don't think you need money in your pocket. I think you are a dangerous person with money in your pocket. But that wraps it up for how billionaires spent their first $1 billion. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even probably know what to do with my first $1 billion, but at the end of the day, I would probably spend it common sensibly, where it's like charities or like reinvesting into like more businesses, you know, just expanding. But like, some of these are just plain out whack. Other than that, leave it down in the comments on how you would spend your $1 billion if you had the opportunity. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.